Hi, Nick Ruddle from Action Coach, the world's #1 business coaching company, and welcome back to the third video of this three-part video series. I hope you've done the exercises on the first two videos. If you haven't, make sure you go back and do them now. But today's lesson is all about how to target highly profitable customers. Now, we've all got customers that are really good and pay us lots of money and they're lovely to deal with, but we've also probably some people got some customers that you'd probably rather not have. So today I'm going to show you how to target the kind of customers that you want as opposed to the ones that you don't want. So it's a very simple lesson, so probably no more than 5 or 10 minutes, probably 5 or 8 minutes. So if you just bear with me, without further ado, here we go. So with any marketing campaign you do, you've got to know who your ideal client is. So there's 5 very simple questions you need to ask yourself when you do any marketing campaign, when you start planning any marketing campaign at all. So the first one is who. Very simple. So if you don't know who your ideal client is, then you're just going to get whoever shows up. So you're going to have this scattergun approach, and it's going to be a bit more luck rather than judgment. So who? So in an ideal world, who are your best clients? Think about the best customers you currently have. I think if I had all my customers like that, how different would my business look? And how much more time would I have? How much more profit would I have? How much more time would I have to do the things I like to do and spend more time with my family or on the golf course or whatever you like doing? Because it's often the customers that you don't really want that take up all your mind and never pay you anyway. You know, take up all your time. So what we have to do is grade them. And you grade them A, B, C's and D's. So your A's are your great clients. You know, if you think about the best customers you have, they're the ones that pay you on time, never quibble on price, really nice to deal with, and never take up any of your time whatsoever, and just are lovely people to do business with. So if everyone was like that, you know, life would be great. And we can make this happen if we actually put more focus into that area. So the A's are really good, which is obviously what you want. But at the other end of the scale, you've got the D's, and the D's are basically dead to your business. By not having them, you'd be more profitable, you'd have more time. So what we need to do is to look at what is your ideal clients. I'm not going to go into how to grade these now, but you've really got to understand who you want as a client, and then you can do all your targeted, all your bullseye marketing to that ideal client. Okay, so everything revolves around them as opposed to some scattergun approach to just take any Tom, Dick or Harry who comes along. Right, so that's the very first question, is who. Now the next question you need to ask, okay, well, bearing in mind that target market, so you've thought about your ideal client, where can we find them? So the next question is, where are they? So where can we find these people or these clients in the highest possible concentration? Where do they hang out? So let's say, for example, let's say our target market is, let's say we have a top-end ladies' fashion boutique, and our target market is a certain lady of a certain age with certain income and does certain social things in certain areas. So for example, we might find a lot of these particular demographic of person around, let's say, top-end hairdressers or spas or beauticians, might be tennis clubs. You know, wherever that kind of person goes, that's where you want to sort of try and look. So you could have host beneficiaries or strategic partnerships with those sort of people where you could share each other's databases and do some marketing and hopefully maybe do some sort of reciprocal deal. But that's another story. We're not going to go into the detail today, just to give you an idea of, you know, where we can find our ideal target market. For whatever business you're in, think about who your ideal target is and where can you find them in large quantities. Do they go to trade shows? Do they go to specific networking events? Are they members of any governing bodies or associations? You know, where can you find them in the best leveraged and the most in the highest concentration possible? So the second question you ask is, where can I find them? Okay. The next one is, okay, so you know who they are, you know where to find them, but why should they take any notice of your business? Why are you so great as opposed to your, over your competitors? So do you have USPs, so unique selling points, major benefits of doing business with you over doing business with your competitors? Because if there's no point of difference, then you're just in price competition and you're just going to get hammered down on price. So we need to have a point of difference. We need to give people a reason to come to us as opposed to our competitors. Also, another thing to have, think about yourself. Do you have a guarantee? Does your business have a guarantee that is written and that is promoted everywhere on your invoices, on your website, on your email footers, wherever you do any sort of communication to the outside world about your business? Is it there? Because a guarantee is often a very good tool to make people choose you over your competitors. Because if you have a guarantee and your competitors doesn't, which one would you go for? Okay, so why are you so great, and what is so important to that target market? So the next question to ask, very simply, is what? So with your ideal target market for your business in mind, what is important to them? What is the most compelling reason for them, and what is the most compelling proposition, product, service, whatever it is that is relevant to your target market? Okay, so think about your business, think about your target, your ideal client. What is the proposition or product or service that's going to be really, really compelling to them? So also, what is the offer? What is the price? What is the product? So what is it that's going to be compelling to that target market? Not to everyone else, not just as a business, but really laser focus on what are the key buying motives for your ideal customer. Okay, right. And then the final one really is the how, which is the marketing part. So that is, what method are you going to communicate your message to? So is it going to be a referral program? Is it going to be a strategic alliance host beneficiary thing where you swap each other's databases? Is it going to be advertising? Is it going to be radio? Is it going to be telemarketing? Is it going to be direct mail? Is it going to be social media? How are you going to communicate? How is best to communicate to that ideal client? If you think about that ideal client, what is the best method to get to them? So if you've got a product or service that relates and appeals to the youth market, students or youth, then social media might be a good medium to contact them, to communicate their message with. If let's say you're selling surfboards and you put an advert into a magazine that is for old people, you're probably not going to get the right results, because there's probably not too many people are going to be reading that magazine at that sort of age. So it's really understanding what are the best mediums to use for that particular target market that you've identified that you want to target. Okay, so this is basically the process you go to. So instead of just getting anyone, we want to get the most profitable customers for you and your business. So what I suggest you do as an exercise is to go through this method, have one piece of paper and a heading for each one. So who, and really brainstorm with you or your team or your friends or your family, who are your ideal sort of clients or customers. The next page, stick a where. So where can we find them? Brainstorm every single place that you can think of where you would find your ideal client, ideal customer. Then why, a whole list create 11 reasons why you're so great. So 11 reasons why this customer should do business with insert business name. And if you can't think of 11 reasons why, then why should anyone else know how to come to your business and why they should be going to you over your competitors? And then the same for what. So what is your price, what is your product, what's your proposition, everything about that, what is your offer? And then finally, what different strategies would appeal to them. So how are you going to communicate that whole message, having gone through that process step by step? So it's divide to multiply, as opposed to just thinking, put an advert in the paper, hope what happens, just wish what happens happens. So that's the lesson for today. Tomorrow or the next day, watch your inbox. You're going to get a real treat over the next couple of days, where I've got over 60 odd videos that you'll get access to. You'll have over 30 ebooks. You'll have step-by-step guides on how to implement a lot of these strategies. Literally, it's like the idiot's guide, dummy's guide to a lot of these marketing campaigns. There's interviews with 10 of the top business gurus in the world in the area of sales and marketing and mindset, amongst a whole load of other stuff. There's also a 5-week course as well, which is a video a day every day for 5 weeks. So there's a whole load of good stuff coming, and you're going to get access to it over the next couple of days. So watch your inbox, do this exercise. If you haven't done the other homework, then go back and do those. So the 5 ways, so work out the 5 ways numbers for your business, and also work out the numbers and how to test and measure the marketing campaigns, which is the second video, and then finally do this one. And I look forward to catching up with you in a couple of days. Take care.